You're listening to the world-famous White Roof Radio with cast number 611, recorded November 30th, 2016. Tonight brought to you by motoringstripes.com, cravenspeed.com, and nowmotoring.com. Mini performance, speed, and style. It's on motoring.com. Hey everybody, it's DB in Arizona bringing you a brand new episode of the world-famous White Roof Radio. We've all recovered from our Thanksgiving whatevers, except for Alex, because, you know, he doesn't support Thanksgiving fully. He's kind of communist like that, but he's also from France, so we let it go.
And lives in San Francisco.
And he lives in San Francisco. He's safe.
A cheese-eating surrender monkey.
He is a cheese-eating surrender monkey. He's with us tonight. We also have Todd from motoringstripes.com. Mr. Chad Miller's joined us as well from Detroit Tune, DetroitTune.com. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
I'm fine on this fair evening.
Good. Okay, don't all talk at once.
I have my Mini back, which is good. I was without my Mini for 4 days.
What happened?
What happened to your Mini?
So, thank you anybody who follows me on either Facebook or Instagram. Thanksgiving morning, we're having people over, so we had a house full on Thanksgiving, and I realized, you know what, you can't have Thanksgiving without ice, and we're probably going to run out of ice. So before the stores close, I'm going to run to the grocery store and pick up a bag of ice. Get in my car, I drive to the grocery store, which literally is probably a mile away, right?
Right.
And, drive there, get the ice, get back in the car in the parking lot at the grocery store, and my JCW throws drivetrain malfunction code.
That's because you did like a big smoky burnout in the dirt.
Well, which is funny because I've done that before, and we got it to I've had at least 3 different Minis throw this code before. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's always been because of wheel slippage. The first time we had it happen, it was on Mini Takes the States in the company car, I think it was 2012.
Yes. Right. I remember distinctly, and we could make it then happen at will.
Right. So
2014 you mean.
Uh-huh. Oh, we had it both. We had one 2012 it wasn't out, was it?
No, it was 2014. Okay.
Yeah, so it would have been 14.
Right.
So anyway, this is the 3rd Mini that I've had throw this code. So I'm thinking, no big deal, right? And I'll just take it in, get it checked. Hopefully, after a couple of engine starts, it'll just reset itself, which has happened in other cars. So
sure.
It did not by the next day. So I decide, you know what? It's a slow day at the dealer. The service manager saw my Facebook page, and he goes, hey, you going to bring your car in today? He goes, we got plenty of loaners. I'm like, sure, thanks. Which is really cool, by the way.
That's really cool.
Service advisor to send me a text message and go, hey, you want to bring your car in? Just drop it off. We have plenty of loaners. So anyway, I dropped it off, and they hooked it up and did what cleared the codes. Didn't work. Cleared it again because I guess there's a known fault for this.
Ah, right.
There's a known software issue in F56s that it causes them to throw drivetrain malfunction codes. Nothing's wrong with the car, even though it tells you you're running on diminished drivetrain, output. Mm-hmm. You're really not. It's completely software based, and they reprogram it, and you're good to go. So anyway, I took it in, and long story short, they reprogrammed it. It's not there. They also changed my oil and put on, winter wheels for me.
I saw that with the black wheels with the white roof.
Yeah. I put on some. I've got some JCW Challenge spokes as my winter wheels now. Long story. I'm not going to tell you, but yeah.
You know what's really nice about that color of those wheels? I really like the color because free is one of my favorite colors. It really is. Really is. Can't complain about the color free.
It is. So this is the first winter in a long time. Actually running all seasons on this. I'm not running winter tires.
Oh.
We'll be running Blizzaks on the Roadster.
Okay.
Which, you think about it, the Roadster sits about, an inch and a half higher off the ground than the JCW. So it's probably, if there's any snow, that's the car we're going to drive.
Oh, right, because it's more snowplow-like and less race car.
It just makes sense. It just sounds ridiculous, though, to live in a snowy climate.
Yeah, we're going to take the convertible.
And my 2 cars are a convertible and a JCW that is lowered within, an inch of its life.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, so you've got your go-to snow car is going to be a convertible.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
I like it.
Irony, isn't it?
I like it. I like it, especially if you do it with the top down. You like bundle up and do like the whole scarf around your face.
We have, you know what, and my lady friend keeps a blanket in the car
course.
because literally, if it's her limit is 40 degrees.
Okay.
If it is 40 degrees or above, she drives with the top down and then just bundles up in this blanket. And
Really?
turns on the heated seats. Yep. Puts on a hat and drives with the top down if it's 40 degrees or above. And then
Gee,
our upper limit,
that rules.
yeah,
That's the way to go.
Must be an
Well
automatic.
no, it's a manual.
It's a manual.
Oh, okay, she can move her legs around in the blanket.
It's not
Yeah,
like
she's
it's not like she's in a sleeping bag, Chad. She just wraps up in a blanket.
Well, there was that Top Gear episode where he did get a sleeping bag and he tried to sew a button on. And
Sure.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, by the way, the convertible is good between 40 and 90 degrees. Above 90, no, put the top up.
Yep. Top up, AC on.
It's too crazy hot those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90's the upper limit on that too. But anyway, so I got my.
Glad your car's
back.
back.
I've only driven it home from the dealer, so I don't know for sure if it's fixed for good, but I will keep everybody posted
All right.
as to what's going on.
I'm getting ready to do brakes on my car. I'm pretty excited about that. And you know what I'm noticing about the R56 before we actually get started? My R56, it's a 2008. Got about 90,000 miles on it. That car's kind of folly party. It kind of.
What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm
So
not.
I lost.
With,
Yes, it is.
I just made that term up, but it's kind of fall aparty. It's like just.
It's exactly what it means.
It's stupid stuff is falling off my car. So I've already.
It's a mini.
No, I never had this problem with my R50. So look, the driver's side sun visor, the one that goes, the one that goes above the door, that fell off within a couple of days of me owning the car. The driver's side.
I've never seen a sun visor fall off.
Yeah,
so
it fell. It literally fell out.
You are doing something.
No, it fell. I lost my driver's side rearview mirror, outside rearview mirror. The glass came off.
That happens to me.
Came off.
Came
oh my
off.
God.
It's about ready to come off on the passenger side.
Tons of people in Vegas and Arizona have had that happen. The heat just.
Yeah,
It wasn't even a hot day, and that's something that never happened to me in my R50.
Yeah, it's like your beer glass is saying, like, I'm done. Like, that's it. I've done my job. I give up.
Yeah, it's so weird. Just stuff was falling off my car. But I got a brake job getting ready to do that here in the next week or so. I'm pretty
at least
excited.
your turbo isn't going to go out.
Hey, I got that going for me.
Bump.
Ta-da!
Because that would have been next.
Yeah, it's
No, I have to worry.
Keep the steering wheel.
Chad, what is it I have to worry about? Water pump on this car in about another 5,000 to 10,000 miles, right?
Yeah, water pump, thermostat.
Right. Yeah, water pump, thermostat.
Oil consumption.
Yeah, I'm experiencing oil consumption.
Yeah, timing chain.
Yeah.
Alignment issues.
Oh yeah, I'm experiencing that. That's going to be part of my brake job. So yeah.
So
the nice thing is the brakes.
list.
You thought it was easy to do brakes on an R53. The R56 brakes, literally, you can finish the job in 20 minutes.
I could do the R56 fronts in 15. So
Yeah.
I've got all the parts. I just haven't done it. I'm going to do the fronts myself, and then I'm going to have my guy do the rears and flush the system at the same time.
You don't even have to take the caliper off. You just loosen the bottom bolt and slide it back and pop them out, pop them in.
Well, I'm
tighten the bolt,
going to have to
you're
take the calipers off because I'm replacing rotors too.
done. Oh, well.
Because I'm pretty sure this has got factory rotors on it, and I think they're warped. And if they're not, they're
All right, that'll take you a little more than
garbage.
15 minutes because you're going to have to get out the torch to loosen those things up.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I might just have my guy do all four. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, and I'm going with EBC greens because I just like to say that I'm going with EBC greens because that always just astounds everybody that I go with EBC greens.
Well, you have a green car, so it makes sense.
It makes sense. I put a post on my blog and someone says, EBC greens, really? It's like, well, yeah, I've run EBC greens on every Mini I've owned since I put them on my car since 2004.
Well, you know what? There's
They work good for me.
Technology that's happened for the Mini since then.
Yes, I understand, but I like the EBC greens.
All right.
They've gotten better, stronger, faster, and it doesn't matter because I'm putting inexpensive Bosch blank rotors on. So
Yeah, it's fine.
because I couldn't, I was going to get the
Brembo.
Brembo blanks because I had good luck with those, but I couldn't find them at a good price. These Bosches seemed like they were a good price, so I'm going with those.
Over 25 miles an hour, so there's no reason to
I'm
get
spending
good brakes.
little time over 25 miles an hour. I'm not taking it on the track, and if I do, I'll be okay for a track day after I have the system flushed.
It's pretty good. It's pretty cool name, like green stuff brake pads.
Yeah, they have green stuff, red stuff, yellow stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's like another one in between, but the green stuff is like the regular, just drive it on the street pads.
Yeah.
The red.
I don't hate those pads. The only thing the crazy bright colors.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, okay, why do they need to be green? Just
Yeah.
make them black so you don't have to see them through the calipers.
It doesn't bother
But
me. My car's
and I
green,
also
so it
think
works
that
out.
sometimes people use the wrong compound.
Oh, yeah.
For what they're actually
Oh,
trying to
I'm
do.
gonna get the red stuff pads, and then they wonder why their car doesn't stop on the
Yeah.
street.
Or why they go through rotors, every
Yeah.
20,000 or less miles, So it's as long as you know what you're doing, it's good.
Sounds like we
but,
might need a brake show coming up here, Chad. What do you think?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or tires.
No, tires. I think a brake show. It's just so that you guys know that the red stuff pads or any of those that would be a race compound pad, and you're chewing through rotors and going, and they don't stop very well because you're not getting them hot enough on the street. They're made for.
But not to mention, if you use race pads on the street, they squeal really.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, race pads on the street are loud.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
When you come to a stop at a
Yeah, yeah.
stoplight,
'Cause you're
he's
not-
looking at you like, dude, you need a brake job. Like,
Yeah.
no, racing brakes.
Yeah.
Obviously I have a little longer commute to work now as,
Right.
As we were doing this whole move thing, and I have a lot of time to sit there and think, and I watch cars around me and I see people that have bald tires or cords showing or no air in their tires because it's 35 degrees out and they haven't checked it since May. But there are a huge section of the population that they don't even care about tires. They don't care. They're like, it's got air and it's fine. I can make it to work. I don't care if it's got tread or whatever. It's a used tire.
My
$50
dad
for
my
four,
dad
perfect.
my dad
Good
is
to go.
part of that. My dad is part of that group of the population.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that just blows my mind. And it's what it is.
Yeah, my dad will run tires till the cords are showing. He said, "What? There's still tread on there." It's like, dude,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
dude, they're slick. Nah, there's still tread.
Here's what
He's a brave man.
we need to find a YouTube video of somebody blowing a tire at 70 miles an hour, because I've seen it happen, and it's a terrifying experience from outside the
Yes.
vehicle, somewhere else. It's like, I want to get as far away from that truck as possible.
Yes.
Because they just blew a tire at 70 miles an hour. And
Or like a big
they're-
rig that blew like one of the inside trailer tires or something,
Yeah, they don't even know that. They just keep driving. But
That's
I'm talking
true.
like one of your four tires that you're driving on blows because you're a jackass and doesn't know, doesn't go, oh, there's no tread left and the cord's wearing through, and all of a sudden it's just going to shred into nothingness.
And it goes pop. Poof. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you do like the cool Hollywood stunt, flip, and explosion thing.
Right.
Because that happens
Yeah.
every time because Hollywood's totally real.
Yes.
Yes.
And, if it's on chips, there's one thing chips, taught us is that a car doesn't blow up once, it blows up twice.
Exactly.
That's right.
Explodes on impact, and then you wait, and then the gas tank explodes.
Right. Because the gas tank always explodes.
Right.
Ugh. We're going to talk about news tonight. We're going to talk about whatever else comes across our brains before we finish up. Before we do, let's remind you guys about one of the fine sponsors here underneath the white roof. And we're going to talk first about outmotoring.com, and I'm going to hope that everybody got the Black Monday discount deal because Aaron was kicking in an extra 5% off only on Black Monday. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that because you had to get the email. You had to have the special coupon code, right? 10% discount on Black Monday. So if you missed it, well, you missed it. But if you're looking for, it's that silly season, so you're looking for gifts for that favorite mini person in your life, outmotoring.com is the place to go. T-shirts? Sure. Perfect. Hats, like the mini felt logo hat, which is actually a pretty good looking hat. Perfect. Mini profile keychain, iHeart mini mugs, all the neat things, plus all the other things, the shoes and the hats and the other hats and the watches and the glove box organizers. Everybody wants a glove box organizer for Christmas. Perfect stocking stuffer. They're like not even $20. That's what you need to get. And Alex found a video. perfect. Anyway, click over outmotoring.com. And also while you're there, don't forget, you're in the cold weather, the snow weather, the salt on the road weather, full line of car care products. Not only that, but Aaron is your parts desk for all things Mini Cooper, especially for you DIY guys. He has all the parts that you need for your Mini. It doesn't matter what year. He's got it. If he doesn't have it, he'll get it. And he's got prices that are on par with your Mini dealer's parts desk or better. And if you support Aaron, you're supporting us. Outmotoring.com. It's better. Because, Aaron, he's been supporting us since we started back in however many years ago that was. Plus, he's also been an OG sponsor over at Motoring File. Plus, he's adding 2,000 new products every month. Plus, and I still think this is funny, you can go over there and get Aston Martin parts. Because, come on, honestly. There's
got to be a market for it.
It's a huge selection. Aston Martin oil filter, first aid kit, brakes, the logo badges starting at $1,100, wheels, because you got to have some Aston Martin wheels. You need a clutch and flywheel, performance clutch and flywheel kit for your Aston Martin. Done. Aaron's got you covered. And don't forget the Aston Martin 2-piece luggage set in black or cream truffle.
Just saying, people, this is where James Bond buys his stuff for his car.
Exactly. He goes, Q punches up outmotoring.com. And when he does, he saves 5% on his order because he signed up for the email newsletter so that he can, he's got to be practical, save a couple bucks, and it only costs an email. Go over there, take care of that, outmotoring.com. Sign up now, don't forget. That's our friends over at Outmotoring, outmotoring.com. Mini performance, speed, and the mini felt logo hat. Outmotoring.com. This is the part of the show where I play news music.
Yes, you do.
We'll look at that video later. Put that on the Facebook or something.
I've seen it before. It's pretty awesome. It just shreds the back end of it.
Nice. We are going to... Did anybody else have anything else before we started with the news?
Oh, no. Good.
I did really quick. I want to give a shout out to our boys over at Motor Trend Audio. They just posted their 100th episode. Very cool. Mm-hmm. And it's almost fitting because they posted their 100th episode on BMW's 100th birthday. And so they talked to all the BMW guys at the Monterey Historics. Monterey, not Historics, but at the Monterey, Classics race car race.
Car Week,
mm-hmm. Yeah, Car Week. So that was really cool. If you're not subscribed to Motor Trend Audio podcast with our friends Charlie and Sean and Alex, well, fix that. They're in your podcast app of choice, Motor Trend Audio. It's a fine show. I think you guys would like it a lot. Go check it out.
It's a great show.
Yeah, and congratulations to those guys for hitting 100 shows. That's a big deal. I remember when we did that. That was a long time ago.
511 shows ago.
511 shows ago. Exactly. Yep.
Come on, guys, you can catch us. I know it. I feel it.
We would have to stop making shows for 8 years before anybody catches up with us. Yep, we're going to take an 8-year hiatus just to let all the other podcasters catch up with our show numbers.
Now we are here with our new show.
We are not going to take
restoring the Mini Cooper.
We are not going to. That's funny. We are not going to take an 8-year hiatus, guys. We are going to talk about news from Motoring File. Let's start with, and Alex posted this in the Slack channel. It was really funny. Somebody check on Todd. Mini confirms new JCW GP model.
Well, here's the thing. We knew this was going to happen. It was just confirmed. I mean, it's not like...
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. We all assumed... How about this? We assumed it was going to happen. It wasn't like...
It's like the diesel, I guess.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Now,
nothing like the diesel.
So now here's the thing with the new JCW. So this will be the F56 JCW. This is what I want to watch from Todd. I want to see if he compares it to his first GP. And I want to see if he still tries to say that his first GP is faster. Because that's what you do. It's like, oh, my first GP was faster. I want to see.
Yeah, it'd be a tough...
That might be a tough get with this car. I have a funny feeling this car is going to be wicked fast.
Yeah.
So what can they do compared to the car you have now, right? They can remove like the seats in the back to gain some weight.
It's traditional that they've done that in the first two GPs.
Mm-hmm.
Drop some weight a little bit, put the JCW
brakes.
They put the exhaust and the JCW Pro suspension on it.
Yeah.
And what I think is
the rear diffuser.
Yeah, which is what. So basically, my car, everything that's on my current JCW is, without, like, they take the back seat out, probably put a wing on it,
Right.
because they've all had some sort of little carbon fiber wing on the back.
Yeah.
On the boot lid.
Yeah.
And,
The rear diffuser. Well, you've got the rear diffuser, so.
Yeah, I've got all the aero
Right.
On that. I think it'd be pretty easy for them to do it without
tune.
much development.
Yeah, probably a different tune to boost the horsepower, which is
Right.
basically what you've done with that dining kit.
Yeah, they'll do the same thing. They'll maybe boost it to, let's say, 240 horsepower.
Right.
And go from there. But I don't predict there's a lot of room to do much with that.
Yeah.
Maybe a special color again.
Right.
But even even GP2 was not a special color, because you can buy pretty much anything in the mini range on that with that
And
color
Thunder
now,
Gray now, yeah. Yeah.
exception of the Countryman.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the GP1 is the only one who got an exclusive color, right? Even the WC50, like this is the color I have, is pretty much the WC50.
Right.
Exactly.
So what's actually going to be interesting is to see how far off the mark your car is now, Todd, versus what Mini does for a GP.
Yeah, I really don't see a lot of maybe bigger brakes, which I think is insane, because the JCW brakes that are on Alex and my cars right now are pretty impressive. I mean, they could be a little more, but Chad, you can speak to this also. Eventually, when you have 4-pot brakes, anything more than that's like, why go with the 6-piston brake?
Yeah.
It's overkill on a car that small.
It starts becoming too much, and they can't bias it enough without a compound of a brake pad to make it work that way. So it's
and having driven the GP2, I thought the brakes were insanely too touchy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really,
and in the end, Mini's still selling a street car, quote unquote. So unless you're in GT3 categories where your car now comes with a functional roll bar, you can only get so big.
Hey, that's the next step if they really want to go track car. If they really want to make it, which is what the GPs have always been kind of geared towards, is a street legal track car, if you will. They could put a roll bar in it. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be totally cool if they did like a GT3 type edition that would still be the GP that is totally like over the top, and you could physically order it almost whenever. And they only maybe made 2,000, but you could order it from the month of May till the month of December or something in a particular year or something, and all of them came in blazing orange, which would be some type of neon color.
I'm seeing that as like the next step. Then, if they could put a roll bar in and harnesses, if you could put it on the driver's and passenger side, which I don't think would be a big expense, and it wouldn't be a huge amount of development to do that.
No, not at all.
That would speak the car into real trackdom, if you will.
Because they're already doing quite a bit of that stuff already. I mean, huge brakes, sticky tires, adjustable suspension. Aerodynamic packages with wings and other things, as well as brake ducts, and they're almost there.
They already got that. I mean, they've got functioning brake ducts on the car now. The JCW's got an additional radiator down on the driver's side below, like a little intercooler radiator. Like, I really don't know what else they can do to kind of push this to another level, but hey, we'll know in about a year and a half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. On this one, I just want to jump on this one really quick because I'm super excited about this, because I get to say I was right, and I've been right.
Somebody probably owes them like $1 and 26 the butter.
I've been right since the beginning, and that is because the dream of a diesel Mini in North America is officially dead. We will never.
But was it ever alive?
It was never alive.
It was.
It wasn't. That's a lie.
The only reason it's dead now is because of Volkswagen.
Because Volkswagen ruined it for everybody.
They jacked it up for everybody.
Yep. And I want to say that I want to also point out that the very first comment on the story at Motoring File, #DB was right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. DB
was
right.
it Alex?
I think it might have been Alex, yeah.
Here's a funny thing.
No. It was actually someone who listens to the show. It wasn't me, but that.
Yeah,
that
it was the guy who goes by Fishbert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you realize we've been talking about a diesel Mini for 8 years now.
Yeah.
Since 2008, the first time we kind of brought it up was Mini Takes the States.
Oh, because somebody had one actually out on Mini Takes the States.
Yeah. There was a.
I forgot what the manufacturer, the aftermarket, Bosch. That's right. It was Bosch. They had one out, and it was awesome.
Well, I think diesels are dead, and there's so much other technology out there. The plug-in hybrid technology, which is coming on the Countryman now,
right?
I think is, as far as economically speaking, it's not quite as good as diesel. You're not going to get even as good a fuel economy because this same plug-in hybrid technology is already available and has been available on BMWs for a while now. And a friend of mine has the 3 Series, the 320e, I believe is what it's called.
Yep.
And basically it's got the mini engine in it and electric system. So the engine kind of looks the same, although it's mounted in line instead of transversely like it is in the Mini. So it's really bizarre to open the bonnet of this BMW and look at it and then see all this extra electronic stuff coming out of like every cylinder.
Right.
Because all of the electronics are not separate. It's just kind of attached to the engine also. So anyway, the economy in these isn't as great, I think, as it could be. I mean, if you drive in the city and let's say you just drive a few miles a day, you could potentially run it on electricity all the time. Right. But your total range and the mini range on this is only going to be like 30 miles on full electricity.
Right.
So, and then the gasoline engine is going to kick in at various times when you want to go fast, and then they'll both work together and yada, yada, yada. So it's a lot more convenient than fully electric, like a Tesla, for example, or an i3 or an i8.
Right.
But
I still don't think electricity's next. I really don't. I mean, it is, but it's not. I mean, there's the issue with the batteries. Because battery technology hasn't gotten quite where it is. It takes a lot. No matter what, it's bad for the planet, right? You're digging oil out of the ground, or you're strip mining Canada for the components of the battery. But then what do you do with the batteries in 8 or 9 years when they don't work anymore?
They recycle the lithium-ion batteries.
Do they recycle them now?
Yeah, they can recycle the lithium-ion batteries.
I'm a bad hippie.
It's it's not as big a deal as it used to be, and the technology. If you follow what Tesla's doing, we're on the verge of the next generation battery technology, which is going to revolutionize electric cars again. I mean, we've had so many revolutions now to this point. It's going to happen again when, let's say, Tesla's already got a car that can go 250 miles on a charge.
Yeah,
fully
electric, right? Fully electric, 250 or 300 miles.
There's nothing inconceivable about that. What's inconceivable is that you need either a supercharger or the thing needs to charge overnight to recharge. So, for example, you want to drive from Kansas City to L.A., you're not going to do it as fast as you would in a gasoline-powered car, stopping to get fuel wherever.
Right.
You're going to have to stop and charge the thing periodically. And, which kind of brings us to the next story is in Europe, anyway, there's a consortium between BMW, VW, Audi, and Mercedes and Ford to put in basically this, like Tesla's done, a supercharger network, this high-speed charging network in Europe. And Alex, you were saying this is just straight up they're battling Tesla. They're trying to get ahead of the game.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense because it's funny when you look at the list of companies, right? Part of this effort, those are players that pretty much are against one another, like basically trying to beat one another, like every time in the US for the crown of the best-selling brand. And they realize that they pretty much, I mean, they can't. Maybe they can, but maybe it just makes more sense to do it as a partnership as opposed to do it individually. At the end of the day, like, what are you going to do? Like, you want to be, I think you want to be able to allow people to charge their cars like anywhere, and not like, it's not, it doesn't bring anyone any benefits to have like, different chargers like all over Europe. So it might as well have the same kind of charging station where more than one brand just works, right? And at the end of the day, it's it starts with this. I think also partner on acquiring maps from Nokia, right? So it's efforts, to try to fight off, companies like Tesla, Apple, and Google, and I think that's great stuff. I think it's very interesting, and for us, for consumers, it's very healthy, because that's healthy competition, and at the end of the day, like we are the ones who benefit the most.
Right. Exactly.
I think we're in the interim stage of whatever the next technology is going to be. I think it's going to involve electricity.
Yes.
But I'd like to see hydrogen.
Hydrogen has got to be what's next. That's what makes it make the most amount of sense.
But just like electricity's taken a while to come into its own, it's because of the infrastructure of being able to charge the car. Right now, there's a gas station on, I want to say literally every corner, but pretty close to it. You're no more than a mile or two away from any gas station if you live in any urban area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you're never going to – you don't even think about running out of fuel,
Right.
We've all run on fumes before. It's like the Mini says, oh, you got 11 miles left. And you're like, oh, I got 2 days before I got to fill up.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right?
and where there's only one gas station, I think, on the entire planet, maybe two, that sell hydrogen.
Yeah.
And that's a
exactly.
Shell station in Santa Monica.
Yeah. Well, and California has had a hydrogen initiative for a while because Honda had a bunch of hydrogen cars,
right?
Testing in consumer testing too.
Uh-huh.
So, but it's infrastructure there, just like it is with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
If they get to the point where you'll be able to stop and charge your electric car, just like you stop and get fuel now,
right?
Eventually we're going to have to get to the point where hydrogen becomes that kind of infrastructure to where, hey, I need fuel cells for my car. I need to go swap them out for whatever reason.
Or you have to charge them. You have to put more hydrogen in your car so that you have more fuel to burn.
My guess is that it's going to be fuel cells swapping out. You're not going to necessarily be transferring, raw hydrogen into your car. That's too dangerous.
Right.
And it's a safety thing too. I think they've got to convince, because hydrogen is what made the Hindenburg blow up, right?
Yeah, well, hydrogen and aluminum paint. But I mean, if they're putting 350 kilowatts out the charging port of these fast charging ports, how safe is that compared to? Well, I don't know what the volts are. Volts are probably really low.
Well, you don't want to touch you don't want to touch both the contacts.
Well, yeah, but I mean, exactly. So I don't know. I'm not an electrical engineer. Electrical engineers, chime in. Leave us a note. WhiteRoofRadio.com.
Both posts. See what happens.
Yeah. But what's interesting is I'm just going to talk about here's some bit of culture into it now, and it's the first time I've seen this enter the popular culture arena so prominently. There's a new show on, I don't even know what network it is, but it's called Good Behavior. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but it's it stars the lady that was in Downton Abbey. She played Lady Mary. For the life of me, I had a gin and tonic, and so I can't remember her name. But anyway, one of the storylines in the car was they steal a Tesla, and they're trying to get from wherever to Charleston, South Carolina, and they're trying to be they're on the lam. So if they turn on navigation, they'll be able to be tracked and. So they're trying to find a way to charge this car, and it's part of the whole storyline is where do we find someplace, and they stop at a gas station, and their charger's out, so they have to hook up to 220 and let it trickle charge.
Right.
But it was an interesting storyline. It took up half of the last episode of this show, fairly popular new show on TV, about how to charge a Tesla. So I think it's starting at least the storyline in pop culture, and I don't know whether it's a good advertisement for Tesla or bad.
Right.
I don't know. But I think it's interesting to say now there's storylines in, movies and TV and pop culture.
That is actually interesting how that's starting to get incorporated. You're right.
Yeah. It's just folding. It's just becoming natural. And I think as it becomes more natural, as we think about that, then it starts to... Then it just becomes ubiquitous, right?
Right. I mean, anymore here in the Phoenix area, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Tesla.
I know.
Yeah, it used to be with the X.
Go
ahead.
If somebody steals your Tesla, can't you remotely disable it?
I think so.
You can.
I think you can on the app.
That'd be great.
Yeah. And spoiler
this
alert.
is awesome.
spoiler alert for this episode, the owner of the car was dead, so it wasn't like the owner was going to disable it. So I don't think they didn't really have to address that.
So this new show is based on the plot line from Weekend at Bernie's? No, sorry. Never
that was a good movie. They made like 2 or 3 of those. So.
Yeah. Good, strong.
It can't be all wrong.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. Anyway, let's move along really quick. The new Mini and JCW accessories have debuted at the 2016 Essen Motor Show. There is absolutely nothing new, so we can go and skip that.
I tried to find anything in that, read through it, looked through pictures, and went, there's nothing new here.
Nothing
Everything's been out for at least a year.
Nothing new, so we can go and skip that. We have a lot of new Countryman photographs from the LA Auto Show. And, fellas, I got to say, I really like the way this car looks. I really, really like the way this car looks.
It's growing on me, too.
Yeah, me too. I like it a lot.
I think this is a really good-looking Mini. I really do. I mean, I just think it's amazing looking. I like the side profile. I like the look from the front. There's nothing about this car so far that I don't... Well, the blue one looks weird. But there's really nothing about this car that I don't like.
This car was was designed by Anders Warming, right? Like the previous Mini designer. And by the way, there hasn't been a new designer named, right? Like it's been like 150 days, something like this.
Yeah.
Without a new designer.
For those of you who are keeping track at home, playing the Mini AG home game.
Yeah, 150 days. Yeah.
We are a rudderless ship, if you will. Although. Every time they talk to designers, they talk to oh my gosh, I'm at a loss for his name, the head of exterior design for Mini.
Oh, from BMW, you mean?
No, from Mini. The guy who's in
oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
He was at the Clubman launch that I attended and talked to, and then he was also in LA and did all of the talks on design. So you got to wonder, on one hand, is he going to get promoted to chief of design? Just kind of move up, but kind of be a logical next step. But it's very interesting. And speaking of design in the car, things that Gabe said he was amazingly impressed with was that little picnic bench that folds out of the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I get.
That's what he called it. He called it a picnic bench.
That's what Mini calls it. It's the picnic. Yeah. It's called the picnic bench that folds out, and you can sit on the the tailgate, the rear bumper of your car.
Right.
So there's one thing that that I found kind of weird, and again, like that's until I actually tested, and hopefully we get invited by Mini USA. Hint, hint. Gabe posted a short video of him interacting with the touch, the touch nav, the new iDrive, right?
Yeah.
And so the UI is kind of weird because he was trying to flip, basically swipe left and right on the actual menu, and so it's difficult to not tap on an icon and switch at the same time. I don't know if you guys see what I mean.
Yeah.
If you watch that video, it almost happens, I think, right at the beginning, by accident, you tap on it while you're trying to swipe it. It's weird. I hope it's not like the final version. I hope they.
I don't know. Gabe says here that the new iDrive system is nothing short of a revelation.
Well,
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Same iDrive system is the iDrive 5 system in BMWs. And by the way, I don't want to give false hope for people such as Alex and myself and anybody with an existing Mini. There is a 0 to 5% chance
that this will retrofit.
Yeah, that we'll be able to retrofit.
Yeah.
And upgrade our system to this. One, because it's based on touchscreens, and two, for CarPlay, for an example, I'm just using BMW right now. They charge $300 for CarPlay compatibility. It's just an a la carte option on all new BMWs now. It's $300. And my attitude is it can't be that hard to reprogram our navigation systems to accept the new, at least format, if you will.
Right.
But there's no monetary way. There's no way for Mini to successfully charge for this, because one, you can go, let's say my car is less than a year old. I've had my car 7 months.
Right.
Well, there's new technology. It should be free. You know, it's like an upgrade. It should be free.
Yeah,
or
it should be free. Yeah, yep.
Or at least a nominal charge. And I think they're looking at it, and it's too much of a money grab, and it kind of pisses me off to think about that. There's probably some technical reasons also behind it as to why, but there is, in my mind, no reason you shouldn't be able to upgrade software. And, you know, within a certain time frame of owning a car, it's maddening to think, hey, I bought my car and Alex bought his car even more recently than I did, but the new cars coming out in less than a year are going to have better technology.
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, it's so what would be interesting is to dig the agreement for a car manufacturer to propose CarPlay in its infotainment system, right? Mm-hmm. So it would be interesting to know if there's any like some kind of monetary exchange or data exchange that needs to happen between BMW and Apple, and maybe there is something to the extent of like, you know, we make this for free to you guys, but at the same time, like you agree to exchange data, and maybe BMW said, well, we're not going to give you our data because this is our proprietary data, and Apple said, okay, fine, but then you got to pay us something, right? So maybe there's something like this. I don't know. But in any case, it is seen by consumers as like a total money grab, right? Because you're not paying for Apple CarPlay. No, I don't know. I haven't checked their configurator, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like, you don't pay for a GTI. Like, you don't pay for it. Like that, no. I know of. And I'm pretty sure, like, you know, Hyundai or whatever, you know, like Chevy or whatever brand has CarPlay right now. I mean, a lot of them. I don't think they charge any money for it.
Nope.
And it's just like, and because of that, like it makes it look like 100% like money grab. And again, maybe there is actually a good reason for it. Maybe this is, you know, there is like Apple, you know, maybe there is like something involved with it. But yeah, it looks like 100% money grab.
But I think from our standpoint, from both consumers, enthusiasts, and our quote unquote journalistic standpoints behind it, they should give us a better freaking answer than, nope, you can't upgrade. That's it. That's the only answer you get, and that's what BMW is getting right now. Is there's a lot of BMW people who are just livid about it. Let's say you bought a new M2 and you have a July build M2, and it's not going to be CarPlay compatible. You can't upgrade it. But if your car was built in August, it's a possibility. It's a $300 option.
Right.
That is maddening when you spend that kind of money on a car that it is so stupid that you can't upgrade it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm saying the same thing is down to Mini, but they're like, people don't pay that much for a Mini. We can screw them. They aren't, you know, you only paid $35,000 car, not $60,000 for your M2 with options,
right?
Or $65. But I don't know. It's maddening. I wish they'd give us more information of like, here's the technical reason why. You know, it's different hardware. It won't run on your hardware. Well, just tell us that, even if it's a lie. Just tell us.
I'm sure it's like something that they changed in a wiring harness and it just doesn't go one way or the other. And, you know, something totally simple that it's like, why did they even change it to make it so that it won't work?
I think the number one reason, I mean, if you want my opinion, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the UI right now and I see a way that it could be working with the knob and without necessarily like a touchscreen. But maybe actually like maybe you actually need a touchscreen. Maybe like the UI really doesn't work at all. Like there is no way to actually make it work with the knob, and which is fine. Like that's a good reason. That's the way it is. Like, yeah.
However, here's the problem: is there's a 3 Series right now that's CarPlay compatible that does not have a touchscreen.
Right, choose with the knob.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive. I was told by a BMW representative at SEMA.
But have you seen it? It's like people telling Gabe the diesel is coming and it never came. Like, have you seen it?
I know. I will go to my dealer and I will talk to these guys.
Okay. I mean, like at this point, like it's pretty the same thing as diesel. Like this is coming even to you guys, and nope, it's not.
We should know very soon because JCW Clubmans are hitting the shores in the U.S. right now. They are on U.S. soil.
Oh, they're in the States.
Yes, there are JCW Clubmans in the States. I don't think any have been released from customs yet, but they are in the States. I can confirm that. And from the information that we saw, all of the information from Mini, the press releases and everything, the new Clubman had this new system, right? So here's what's going to be maddening, Alex. is if the Clubmans get the initial Clubmans that come out, are they going to get shipped with the same system you and I have?
Oh, I wonder.
Or are they going to have the touchscreen? Is it going to be one of those? Oh, you're an early adopter. You don't get the cool stuff.
Yeah, that's like the other way around, right?
Yeah, it'd be like, well, that's what you get for buying the first car, which DB has notoriously said since 2002, never, ever buy the first generation.
Never buy the first generation of a Mini. I made that mistake. I took one for that particular team. Just don't do it.
DB is right all the time.
Yeah,
just saying.
DB was right.
Again.
Once again. Yeah.
Gonna make
anyway,
a shirt.
Let's tell you guys really quick about another one of the fine sponsors here, and then we've got a couple more things to talk about before we finish up. And I want to remind you guys about our friends over at Craven Speed, cravenspeed.com. Our man Alex is actually going to be trying a piece of Craven Speed tech on his Mini here in the very, very near future, and that would be the platypus license plate mount, because Alex has decided to put a license plate on the front of the car so he doesn't keep getting tickets.
No, I haven't decided. I have been forced by the communist state of California to put a front plate on my car.
Socialist state of California.
Well, socialist, communist, potatoes, whatever.
And Alex is going to give us a full review from from installation all the way down, and so he's going to be trying that piece out for you. And that's a piece that you get that because you need a license plate on the front of your car because you live in one of those states where you have to have the front license plate, like California. And you don't want to drill holes into your Mini's bumper. So you get the platypus mount. And that way you don't also have to use electrical tape. Because, well, that's just not sexy. That's just not. There's other...
The bumper is not what you want to do.
You don't want to... Yeah. It's a nice piece. Don't forget, too, Craven Speed's got the dipstick that actually works on the first-gen, second-gen cars. Doesn't break. Easy to read, especially on the second-generation Mini. Every time I check the oil in my car, I keep... forgetting I need to punch up Craven Speed and get one of those ordered for me because I hate the Mini dipstick. It's horrible. The stubby antenna, of course. FlexPod adapter, which is an amazing way to carry your cell phone in your car, so you don't have to have it in your hand if you're in one of those states where you can't hold your phone while you drive, which you shouldn't be doing that anyway. And if you've got a first-generation Mini Cooper S, you're going to put a Craven Speed pulley on your car when that time comes. And we talked about a little bit about that last week, and that's an amazing mod for the R53. Just do it. Just punch up Craven Speed, get it ordered, take it over to Chad, and he'll put it in for you. Done. It's like it's 20 horsepower for your car. Boom.
It's easy.
Super simple. Best mod you'll ever do. Go over there, take care of that. Cravenspeed.com. Also, while you're there, check out the new website. There's a brand new About page. You can actually meet the entire team. Really cool stuff. And then when you go to check out, the really neat thing is you mentioned White Roof Radio there in the comment on the checkout page. We really appreciate that. So do they. They, of course, being our friends over at Cravenspeed. Cravenspeed.com. Go over there, check them out, if you please. They're also
Home of the floppy dipstick.
Home of the floppy. It's like a giant spring. It's awesome. And it's like weighted so it almost falls into place. And it just goes right into the hole.
And I got to say, people, Kellen is the man.
And Kellen is the man. And he drinks brown booze like a boss.
He does.
He really does. It's pretty awesome. Let's move on really quick. Alex and I both probably wanted to mention or discuss slightly. The boys have returned.
Yes, they have returned,
and we have now we have the Grand Tour has started. We are 2 episodes in so far. I've watched them both.
I've only seen one. I didn't see the second one yet, and
you're just gonna let them kind of back up in there and just watch them all at once.
Maybe, I don't know. The first episode, it was fine. It was like, if you've seen Top Gear, you'll like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the production value was maybe 70% what Top Gear was.
I think episode 2, you'll be a little more surprised. They kind of refine things a little bit.
Yep.
And I think it's going to continue going down that path. Yes, there was some things about the first episode that I was kind of like, yeah, that was weird.
What's the Saturday Night Live sketch that goes on like way too long?
Yes.
Yeah. Some things were way too long.
The films were brilliant. The film pieces were Top Gear of old. If you were looking for season 24 of Top Gear, then the Grand Tour is for you. But it's the studio. I say studio in quotes. The studio bits are still, let's just say, a little rough.
Yeah, and they're gonna keep working on this, right? But so what do you guys think about the introduction? I don't know how you call it, but the big video at the beginning. I think it was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
like
the
thing with the Mustang, the opening sequence.
Yeah, for episode 1, I thought it was brilliant. They spent like $3 million making that. I thought it was pretty cool. The new intro, like the one that they're actually using for episode 2, it was different. Because I was expecting, da 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 da. I was expecting something like that, and it's not. It was like an animated piece. There weren't a lot of cars in it, so I don't know. We'll see if they make any changes there as well.
Yeah. And also I don't know if you guys noticed, but Clarkson's like Mustang is actually a special edition Mustang. It's called like the Mustang Rocket, and it was designed by Henry Fisker. It's pretty badass. Like It looks pretty badass. Like look it up online. It's pretty badass Mustang.
Nice.
It's still a Mustang.
It's still Mustang.
I know it's still a Mustang, but it looks really cool. I mean, I think it looks cooler for people that are not from the US Mustangs.
See, that's the thing. I think people in Europe, people in England especially, they like the
American muscle cars.
They also like the Focus and the the Fiesta. Did you guys, speaking of Fords, have you seen the new Fiesta that's going to come out?
Yeah, it looks sad. Like you said, little fish.
I think it's an interesting looking car. And we were looking at it, and my lady friend goes, "Here's the problem: is that the photographs, the marketing photographs like that, are always taken at the most perfect angle." She goes, "You turn that car on the side or head on, it's going to look stupid. It's just." This is like my lady friend who never was a car person before is now just nailing everything. Every time she's...
I'm gonna have to go with Alex. It's just the new Fiesta. I don't know. It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. It's the kind of car, honestly, like what do you expect? Like nothing is gonna be. It's gonna be like like a revelation about it. But and the funny thing is that you could slap like any logo on the hood, like you wouldn't know it's the Ford. Like you could slap like a Kia logo on this, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, it does. It looks like, and also very European. Like it could be a Citroen, it could be. Vauxhall or whatever. I mean, all of those cars are starting to look the same. And the reason I bring this up, the new Fiesta, is that it's going to be in the classification of minis.
Yep.
Yeah.
People cross-drop this car to a mini. I mean, there's no question about it. It's going to be a shit ton less money than a mini.
Yeah.
But
Fiesta RS.
There's a 2-door.
That's what they do. Are they doing a Fiesta RS? I didn't notice. Because
they're doing an ST.
An ST, not an RS. A Fiesta RS. Now that would be badass. Although, and we did something that we talked about in the past. Is from what I understand, is you can actually go to a Ford dealer and say, "Give me all the things to make my Fiesta badass, like the way they do for rally cars," and the dealer will sell you basically a whole kit that would make it badass.
Fords and things ST. I smoked a Ford ST the other day.
Nice. A Focus ST?
He was just trying to... He's sitting at the stoplight, and people pull up next to my car, and they think they want to race me wherever, right?
Yeah.
Just happens to be at the front, and he's like kind of jumping a little bit. I'm like, all right, dude, let's go. And luckily, I'm not doing anything illegal. This was a stoplight on my way home that literally, after you cross the intersection, it goes to 55 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. So you can really race somebody 0 to 60... without breaking the law. I mean,
okay.
As long as you don't smoke the tires and look like a total jackass.
Okay.
But, I mean, I smoked this guy. 2 car lengths in front of him by the time I hit like 65 miles an hour. I couldn't believe it. I thought the ST was a lot faster than that, but evidently not.
I think the ST has only has 175 horsepower.
No, the Focus ST.
Yeah, the Focus ST. I think it only has 175 horsepower. Hang on a second. Let's find this right now. Let me see. Engine on the ST.
A lot of that could be a driver thing too.
They actually don't list the horsepower.
It's a 2 liter.
It's a 2 liter. Is it
252? It's got 25 more horsepower, some more horsepower than my car.
Yeah, then we're going to call that driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it was plagued with a shitty automatic transmission.
Well, the car weighs 700 more pounds than my car.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Horsepower to weight ratio is something like this brings a full circle around to the first episode of Top Gear. Is when they were racing those 3 supercars?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the best horsepower to weight ratio in all of the cars was the Ferrari, right? It had the most horsepower and the lightest weight. It should have hands down won everything. And the cars are pretty evenly matched, but I think in the fact that James May was driving it, was like DB
Right.
said, driver error. I think the Ferrari would have won that trio of supercars in episode 1 of Grand Tour because of horsepower to weight ratio. I think it's a big deal, and traction and tires is also a big deal. So
Yes.
there it is.
There you go. That's
Speaking of
interesting.
horsepower to weight ratio,
The Fiesta, and just and for the record, really quick, the Fiesta ST is at 197 horsepower for 2017.
Fiesta, the Fiesta ST.
The Fiesta ST is at 197. The Focus ST is at 252.
And everybody get your drinks ready. You know what the best horsepower to weight ratio ever that Mini's ever produced was, right?
Yeah, the GP1.
The GP1.
There you go.
It's always like in case in doubt, answer GP1. That's what it is.
When in doubt, just guess.
When
GP.
in doubt, answer GP1.
That's right. Especially when drinks are on the line.
So anyway, so far I'm a big fan of the new Grand Tour. So if you haven't watched it, check it out. It's find it if you don't have Amazon Prime. Find a friend that's got Amazon Prime. Invite yourself over for dinner. Bring a bottle of something and watch the boys for an hour 10 or an hour 11, and enjoy yourself. It's a good show. So far, it's
here's
pretty
what
good.
You do. You wait until they're all out, and then get the free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime, and then just watch them all. Just binge watch
them all.
That I'm one of those people who actually signed up for Amazon Prime because of the Grand Tour.
Yeah.
Like I never had Prime before until now.
And now you're just spending all your money getting stuff shipped for free.
Exactly.
More
I got
more
so
people
much shit from Amazon like last 2 weeks.
More people have signed up for Amazon Prime from the Grand Tour announcement than signed up during Amazon Prime's Big Prime Day, where it was where Prime was half price for a year. Yeah, more people signed up because of the Grand Tour. Yeah, Amazon chose wisely, and I'm reading all over the internet that Netflix is all like seriously butthurt about this, and there's like going like that, and just it's really funny.
But I wonder. Like I think they signed like a 3-year deal with Amazon, or might be more. But I wonder like how many years they actually have left in them. And I'm not talking about like their willingness to do a show, but more the fact that they are not necessarily like in tune with their audience.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, those are like they are close to 60 years old, like white dudes, loaded with tons of money and stuff, and like not really like I know they have like a core audience, but like people that are starting to watch shows like this, like really they are not aligned with those dudes, right? And it's
it's more I think it's more James May and Jeremy than anything else, because I mean Richard's our age roughly. He's actually younger than us, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just the two older guys. Those are they're up in their 50s, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it's still the comedic value,
yeah,
as well as you get a review, as well as a sporty hoonigan of the car that you want to see. You're going to Cars and Coffee hoping that the F40 Ferrari is there and he will start the car for you, or maybe do a burnout, but probably start the car. That's the type of thing that we're looking for in a day-to-day value, where this show is going to give you. It's like, okay, here's the F40. We're going to drift around this corner 15 different times and 9 different camera angles, and then talk about donkeys. And you get to laugh and then see tires and smoke. Because tires and smoke, no matter what age you're at, will always sell.
Right.
So you got that.
You're exactly correct. Anyway, what do you think about the Grand Tour? Go to whiteroofradio.com, leave it in the show notes, or comment on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Do something. Anyway, I think we're done. Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have anything else?
Nope.
Chad, how close are you from actually moving into the new shop? I'm seeing the pictures on Facebook, and it looks amazing, by the way. First of all,
as of like yesterday, I kept telling everybody 12 days. 12 days. We have 12 days to make all of this happen.
Wow.
And physically, we are recording this on the 30th, but it'll probably go up on the 4th.
No, this will go up. No, I'm doing the work, so it'll sort of be up this week.
Okay. Dig. But no, we have a move date of the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Those are our 4 days to make the gigantic move in box trucks and vans and I've got one car over there now. We're going to take 2 cars over there tomorrow. I've got 6 more cars to move. I've got 2 lifts, tire machines, tons of product, desks, filing cabinets, all that good stuff. So we're getting close.
Yeah, it's looking amazing. I'm actually going to. That's going to be the image for this week's show, is because I'm looking at the shot with the before and after with the new floor.
The floors, yeah.
Dude, it looks so nice.
Yeah, it definitely cleaned up pretty good. I mean, there's the little things. I was like, oh man, I wish this wasn't here. I wish that wasn't there. I'm trying to keep my focus, my ADD on the big picture versus the little things,
right?
And not get bogged down. But yeah, we're in the final stretch here. We had a 1-inch cable line actually run through the building. It's the full-on gigantic hard line that you will see on the outside poles in our building now for our cable internet. So
nice.
Next thing best to Google Fiber is in our office now. So
nice.
We got that today. We're going to have the phone systems and things will be up and running, and alarm system is any day away here as soon as we get a modem. So I mean we're real close. I mean it'd be nice to actually like see all my employees again, all that good stuff. So
excellent. So play along with the
shop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so play along with the Detroit Tuned home game. Obviously, like Detroit Tuned over on Facebook, facebook.com/Detroit Tuned, and follow along with all the moving adventures. And the new shop should be open here probably shortly after the new year.
Yeah. I mean,
if not before
the new year. We're going to be up and running. I think it's the 19th is that Monday. I mean, all calls will be routed to that shop. That's where we're going to be. 100% time. Our lease ends at December 31st, so we have to be out of there 100%. So.
Got it. So, and go over there, check it out. And that's at Detroit Tune, DetroitTune.com. If you're within hours of that shop, he's your shop anyway. It's where you go to get all your mini service done, mods, hanging out, chatting, buying accessories and things like that. You need that Space Saver spare tire with that really fancy homemade with love cover. DetroitTune.com. Go over there, check it all out.
And a big date, January 21st. We're going to have a big party, mini club Christmas party that night. So if you're within an hour or two, definitely come on up. We're going to have some probably a keg and
nice.
Some other good fun stuff. So
there you go.
Come on out, see the shop.
That would be awesome. Go do that, please. And finally, motoringstripes.com. Go over there, just order some stripes from Todd, put them on your car, boom, done, bitchin', awesome. And then, you need Christmas stuff. Go over to the swag section and get those really cool keychains, like a little motoring badge on a keychain. They're super awesome. And you need to have like all of them so that you can just change them out depending on your mood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Motoringstripes.com. Go over there, check it out. And don't forget, too, if you're looking for the White Roof Radio Sunroof Delete Kit, if you find the link for the contact form at motoringstripes.com, shoot Todd an email, and he will send you a quote. That is the little hack, motoringstripes.com hack to getting the sunroof delete kit. And just tell Todd what color your roof is and what year it is, and he will send you a quote, and he'll get it off to you.
And also the Clubman, the new Clubman bumper protection strip is done, and I've had so many requests for it that they're starting to trickle down. So if you haven't gotten your request met yet, just be patient. Within the next week, I'll be answering questions. They are shipping now.
Nice.
And as soon as I get all of the, the secret requests from people shipped out, they will go up on the site for official sale. But if you're hankering for one of those and you got a new Clubman, just shoot me a message on the contact form and we'll put you on the waiting list.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Glad that's worked out. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And then again, over at motoringstripes.com, because blank is boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right.
It is boring.
All right. Is there anything else? Anybody? Once more. Going once.
No.
Going twice.
Close it out.
We are done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for yet another episode of World Famous White Roof Radio. You can follow us along at all the places. We're on the Twitter, Instagram. We're also over at Facebook, obviously. You can always, ping us on the contact page. There's always a contacting us. Besides all the fine sponsors here underneath the White Roof, of course, your sponsorship is important to us as well. And if you're looking to contribute in a way to help support White Roof Radio and Ride Bikes Radio, the new podcast underneath the White Roof I do with Brian Dallas every week. We talk about bicycles. It's really cool. RideBikesRadio.com. Go over to Patreon.com, White Roof Radio, when you can help us out. Super duper awesome. But that's it for this weekend. We are done. This is the part of the show where I do like to make that funny clicking sound, and then I say, questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead, click back over to whiteroofradio.com. Why am I hearing Mario Brothers stuff?
It's time me this time.
They just jumped up and got a mushroom.
Wow, nicely done. Click back over to whiteroofradio.com. There you can leave us a note in the show notes. You can also email us, feedback@whiteroofradio.com. But until next week, Hank, this DB, I'm done.
Cheers.
See ya.
À bientôt.
Oh man, I gotta change that picture. It's still the fat DB picture everywhere. Ooh.